If organizing your tasks don't create the sense of relief that you feel that it needs to, then obviously there's something else that is causing this. And that's what you're trying to figure out in today's video, because we've been speaking about cognitive load and how it comes across. And today I want to discuss why it isn't that you're necessarily doing something wrong. It's just that your mind is asking you for a different way to do it. I myself notice this coming up almost every single day in my own work-life situation. The way that this always comes up for me, it doesn't matter what I'm busy doing, but I feel this sense of tension, of unfinishedness that I need to get through. So for an example is that I start maybe my workday attending to emails, and then I start going through the emails. And you know, if your inbox is anything like mine, you will have emails that you need to do, emails that you want to do, and emails that are generally just an irritation. Those ones are fine. But what happens is that when you're in the camp of want to do and have to do, you always have to make a choice. And always, as humans, we are going to make the easier choice than the more difficult one. So the easy choice is to open the email, see what it's about, and then mark it as unread. Or if you're using a suite like G Suite, you can snooze the email. In my case, I will snooze the email because I don't feel like attending to it. I'm not in the mood to do it. I then carry on through the rest of them and I clear out the emails that aren't that big of a bother and that I can easily get done. The problem with that is that by pressing snooze or marking it as unread or archiving it or bringing up a follow-up, any of those tools doesn't actually make it disappear. On paper, it does, because if you're looking at your screen, you don't see it anymore. But what has happened is that your brain has gone now and said, here's something that I need to remember, so it opens up a tab. Then what happens is that that thing lives open and is occupying mental capacity that you've already got that's overloaded. So you will come across another task that you're busy with, and all of a sudden, it'll pull your attention away. Like in this instance, me recording these videos, I need to have a clear mind so I can get my point across very well. But if I've got all of these unresolved tasks that need attention, my brain isn't going to question when it wants to bring it up. All that it needs to know is that it has to. So in this instance, I could be thinking about what I'm speaking to you about and trying to get my words across. But then what happens? My brain has a thought, oh, you've got to do this thing. It's an unfinished task. It takes me off track, I start making mistakes, and then it's a downward spiral from there. So if the whole thing is not about getting organized and how organization is better for your cognitive load, then what is it? That thing is pretty simple, and that is just doing the shitty work. The work that you don't want to do, the work that you keep putting off, all of the difficult tasks, the ones that take a bit of extra energy, those are the ones that you actually need to do and get out of your own inbox. So in my case, what will happen is I feel this sense of anxiety. That is sort of my compass that I've now learned to identify, and it lives in my chest. And I know that when I start feeling that, there's all sorts of things, loose ends that I need to tie up. So what you have to do is decide and just bite the bullet and do the work. It is uncomfortable to do the work when you need to do it. I always, for these videos, I build up the sense of angst around it. What am I going to forget? What do I need to remember? All of these things, extra open tabs. What have I forgotten? Is the stove on? Something like that. So you need to just start shedding those things, do the difficult things, and once it's out of the way, you can then start freeing up your day. You will notice immediately, as it happens with me, as soon as I attend to the task, do the difficult thing, and get it off of my list, then I feel immediately a sense of less urgency, and I can feel like a natural release in my body. And that is the thing that I know I've done what I need to do, cleared it off my plate, and I don't have any more unopened tasks that are waiting for me. The sense of dread disappears, and that's how I then am able to proceed better with my day, reduce my cognitive load, and overall just have a more peaceful outcome towards the end of it. So if Doing the hard things is the thing that we need to do. Organizing is the thing that creates more chaos for us. Then the discussion point becomes, how do we then start trusting ourselves to do those difficult things? And that's what we're going to be speaking about in the next video, where we will be discussing how you move from not wanting to do the things to actually just doing the things, because that is all about a trust issue, and it's you trusting yourself to actually get the things done and not putting the things off.